Hello, it's Reverend Shelley Dungan. I'm going to lead you in a little stretching and breathing. Center yourself, open the body, calm the mind, let your heart find a little peace. So if you would extend your hands out to the side, just reach out, reach up, start to slow your breath, slow your movements. Feel the hands come together overhead. Guide your thumbs right down the center line of your body. Fingers out to the side, and we'll start to sync up the breath and the movement. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, drawing the thumbs down. Nice and slow and steady. And it takes a little time to shift out of being busy, preoccupied, a lot of thinking, into more of a feeling, sensing, being state. Do let your belly really expand and swell with the inhalation, and then on the exhale, kind of squeeze the belly in a little bit, push the air out. Nice. And then just one more time, reach out, reach up. Feel the palms together, this time a little slower. Slide your thumbs right down to your heart. Feel them touch. Bow your head. Soften your thigh bones toward the earth. And as the head tips forward, a moment here to acknowledge the heart within, the sights, the sounds, taste, touch, smell, everything that's coming to you through your senses in this moment. And softly open your eyes. Please take your left hand onto the interior of your left knee. Take your right fingertips behind you and press them into the floor. Perhaps you are seated on a blanket as I am, or maybe just flat on the living room carpet. That's fine too. And start to pivot, twisting gently to the right. And you can use your arms to any degree of engagement that you want. You can press into the hands a little bit more, lengthen through the arms, lift through the heart, up through the center channel of the body. Gently keep on twisting to the right. Breathe into a soft belly and breathe out into a firmer belly. Sense the distance from your tailbone right up to the back of your skull. And we'll swivel the other way. You can take your right palm on the inside of the right knee, give it a little press. Left fingertips back behind you. Again, you're sitting tall, your hips are deep to the earth, and you're rotating around, looking off to the left. Any degree of engagement with the arms that works for you. And keep feeling how the rotation initiates. Right from the base of the spine, ripples all the way up to the back of the head. Soft belly inhale, firm belly exhale. And then return yourself right back to the center. Put your hands right on your knees. Lean with me left and forward and right and back. And taking a few rounds like this. Just looking to feel a little looser through the hips, a little more supple through the spine. Let your head relax so there's no tension in your neck as you're trying to hold your head a certain way. Just let there be some fluidity there. It's definitely okay to smile a little bit when you're slowing down like this. It'll do you some good. Next time you're forward, pause and lean left and back, right and forward. Find a way to synchronize your breathing. Just keep on drawing the inhalations nice and deep, filling up the lungs. Long exhales out. And then kind of back to the center we go. Please take your right fingertips out onto the floor next to you. Look left and extend your left arm. Your palm could be up at this time and reach it on up. And then to any degree possible, we're going to take a side bend. You can walk those right fingers out to the right. Some of you will flatten your right palm, lift up, Feel the left ribs open, the right side waist shorten. If you feel like it, a little twirl through the top wrist. And there might be some of you that want to circle the left arm in a big way. Just get right open into the left shoulder. And pause, find a hold. Maybe you take that top arm back a little bit and your right ribs forward. Big breath there. And then we sit all the way back up, kind of feel some of the strength of your core bring you up. Left fingertips down, look to the right, right palm opens, feel the extension through the arm, start to lift. If it works for you to walk that left hand out a little bit further, do so, and stay seated very deeply in your hips if possible. Reach up. Breathe into your right rib cage and circle the top wrist a couple of times. And if you do want to circle the whole arm, feel the right shoulder opening. Still staying present to the deep breaths and to what is happening in this moment around you and in you. And we're going to find our way to sit all the way back up. Great. Let's come on to hands and knees. If you had a blanket, you can set it aside, or you might want to use it underneath your knees. So I'm on the palms. I'm on the knees. I've got the tops of my feet relaxed. Cat and cow, lifting the hips up. Push into your palms so you can draw the heart up and slightly forward. This will be the inhalation. The exhalation, rounding and tucking. Drop the tail. Bring the chin toward the chest. And find a smooth flow with that. In breath. And out breath. Relax your jaw. Stay soft through the cheeks and the eyes. Spread wide through your fingers so you feel that you're really pressing into the earth. One more time. Inhale, lifting hips and chest. Exhaling, rounding, tucking the navel, draws in. And now curl your toes under. Let's find a downward facing dog. Slide your hips up. Your gaze softly turns towards your feet. And you probably need to adjust your hands and your feet slightly. Press into your palms. Send your hips up as high as they'll go. Sink the hip, the heels. You can softly bend your knees if you want to. And some of you might want to pedal out your heels, bending one knee at a time. And then hold still for a few dynamic breaths here. Might feel good to exhale through an open mouth, even make a sound. Let's drop the left knee to the ground, right knee to the ground. Take them wide, big toes point in, and child's pose, wide knee child's pose. If you're really tight, come on your elbows, stack your hands, rest your forehead. That might be the most comfortable for you. If you're more open, you can spread your palms wide and your forehead to the mat. Long, deep breaths. Feel your hips sinking toward your heels. Feel how close you are to the earth, a posture of humility, a posture that many take for prayer. And you can come with me back into tabletop. Step your knees back in. Each palm a step forward in order to bring the shoulders forward. Now the gaze comes forward also, and we're going to lower slowly down to the mat. Thighs, pelvis, belly, ribs. Slide your elbows forward a bit so we can be in sphinx pose. You can widen out the feet and the legs. Press down into the tops of the feet, the leg bones, the pelvis, and then press into your elbows. Draw your ribs and chest forward. A little wider across the chest if you can. And just take a few breaths here. Feel the front of your body opening, the back of your body compressing a bit. Drop your gaze, let your head relax. Left ear toward left shoulder, right ear toward right shoulder. And we're going to bring our palms down to frame the chest. Peel your body up, curl your toes under. If you're able, come back to downward facing dog for a couple of breaths. And once again, knees come to the earth, drop onto one hip. Swing your feet toward the front of your space, front of your mat, and come down onto your back. This part usually feels really good. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Some of you will have one hand on each knee because that's just what your body does. Some of you will wrap your elbows around your knees and maybe interlace your fingers like that. Rock side to side. Feel the back of the neck long, the shoulder blades grounded. As the hips sway side to side, little nice press for your low back. You can keep your fingers interlaced. Put them on the front of your right knee. Extend your left leg out. If your low back's a little cranky, put your left foot right down on the ground and leave it there. Otherwise, slide your left leg long. Kind of push the whole left leg to the ground. Pull your right knee in. Elongate from your tailbone all the way up the back of your body to the back of your head. And then we'll switch to the other side. Left knee comes in, interlace the fingers, lengthen out your right leg. Again, tender low back, folks. Right foot stays on the floor. The rest of us lengthen the right leg out, press down, draw it in with the left knee. Big generous breaths. And we'll gather both knees back in. We're going to take a spinal twist. So the simplest or gentle way to do it is have your feet wide, your knees are wide, arms are wide. Tip your knees to the right and keep on tipping them over until they stop. And that can be where you hold. Others of you will lift your hips up, slide them to the left, knees in, then both legs all the way to the right, and the head turns left. Relax your spine. Allow your legs to feel heavy. You can put your right hand on top of your left knee, or your right hand can push the inside of your right knee down. See how that feels. Soften your left shoulder down. Maybe turn your left palm up. Easy gaze. Relaxed breath. And then we'll shift to the other side. So if you want to be gentle, again, feet are wide, knees are wide. Tip your knees to the left. Let them drop over as far as they go. And then you just stay and breathe. Others, lift your hips up, shift them right. Knees in, legs drop left. Left hand can come onto the top knee or inside of the bottom knee. If it feels okay, turn your head to the right. Your right shoulder is descending. Your right arm is long with the palm up. Slow, deep breaths. And come on out of that. Stretch your whole body out really long. Reach your arms overhead, your feet away also. Just feel the scope of the body. Then widen out your heels as wide as your yoga mat or anywhere on the floor that you are. Bring your palms down by your side. And then let everything go. Close your eyes. Tune into the energy that's inside of you. Feel the firmness of the earth underneath you holding you. Let your breath become natural. And attune yourself to the wholeness, which is your true nature, the center of your being. All is well. And rest here as long as you would like. Thank you for joining me. Please take your left hand over your heart. Bow to the inner light that's within you and within all beings. Stack your right hand on top of that. Take a moment to send good energy outward to those who need it. And as a gesture of willingness to share the goodness of our practice with those in our home and with those that we encounter, just take your arms out just like that. Right. Big love to the world. Hands overhead. Inhale. Honor the space where you are right now, whether it's your home or any other place. Just give thanks for that. Slide your hands down. Bow your head forward. I send you all wishes for peace, health, and happiness now and always. Namaste.